this morning I have the privilege of speaking with Mike Alfredo, who is uh, a genius of a businessman, if you ask me, and taking one of our most beloved games in the Latin community and turning it into something new, something fun, something exciting, even more than it already is. And I'm talking about Loteria. Mike, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining me.
I'm good. I'm good. It's Mike Alfaro.
Mike Alfaro, thank you.
No worries. I'm doing super well. I'm a big fan of Latino Review, but I'm a big fan of comic book movies, and so I'm always like on your website or scouring everything I need to know. So I'm super excited to be able to be here talking to you guys, and especially about Loteria, which is this is perfect for Latinos.
Absolutely. So since we have to focus a little bit on the subject at hand, speaking of the specific version that you have created, that's so exciting. The Suicide Squad limited edition version of Loteria. Let's see what you have. Have it right there with you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so the Suicide Squad has so many iconic characters in it, and for a movie like a superhero movie, it's just packed with really great actors and with great characters. And so when the opportunity came about when talking to Warner Brothers about doing a Loteria collaboration, the Suicide Squad, I was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to work on, because it's so perfect for all these different characters that have such different personalities and traits that it's so easy to like make them into Loteria cards. We have, Sol Soria, which is La Valiente, which is a little twist on El Valiente de la Lotería que tenemos. La Wild Card, Harley Quinn, you never know. Como que también está en inglés en lugar de español, because it's a little, you never know what you're going to get with her. So I think those type of cards that we could do, that could only be done with characters that are kind of as rich and complex and as different, to be able to create a whole game about Loteria. Because if you've played Loteria before, you know that every card represents one specific character or part about life. And so being able to make Starro into La Estrella, or King Shark into El Rey, that was really fun for me creatively to be able to do that.
So yeah, were there any challenges in matching up some of these characters, maybe some of the items, or was Suicide Squad just such a vast playground that you maybe even had trouble fitting some people in because there was too many?
Honestly, it's that the thing that got us was the time in order to make this in time for the release of the movie. And when we started talking, like I could have made 50 cards for this deck, like for as far as they would let me, just because it's so rich. But to me, I think the difficulty was just like the time in getting it done, because it was a really quick turnaround for us. But for Suicide Squad and for them to be able to get Loteria out into the hands of hundreds of new fans that might like it, I thought was I was like, I'll work day and night for this. And I ended up like working throughout the night with our partner Gerardo Guillen, who is also an art director on this project, just like making sure that everything was right for the game. But I could have made so many cards, so many different ones.
That's great. So what does Loteria mean to you, as far as when you were growing up? How was it used in your household? Did you have house rules, or did that change from household to household?
Loteria was so it's so nostalgic for me, because it represents family, and I'm not from the United States. I didn't grow up here, so I think for me it was something that was very nostalgic, that really brought me ideas of playing at my home or with my friends when I got older, like turning into like a drinking game. And so I think now, Loteria, be able to do this, I think of myself back then and saying like, oh, if I was a kid and somebody told me one day you're going to make a Loteria about all of these like amazing characters from the DC universe, I wouldn't have believed it. But now that it's happening, I'm just, I'm so honored, because I've always had this sort of dream in the back of my mind that you could be like you could write a comic book or be like a comic, do something. And this is as close as I'm getting at this moment. But it's really fun. So it's really a big dream come true, and I'm very excited that Suicide Squad and Warner Brothers allowed us to do this.
Absolutely, I'm always excited to see people like you succeed, because it's It's something that you became very passionate about and you were able to share it with the world. I've seen you on TikTok, I've seen you on Instagram, I see how much fun you have with it, and it's infectious, you know, and you put that into the product that you provide.
I think, you know, humor is a big part of our brand, just the regular
Mhm.
Millennial brand. And, you know, our regular game sold out at Target. It went crazy over there because there's this humor that Latinos really love and they like to
Mhm.
laugh. And I think this game brings that to them. And that was really important when choosing like partners to make Loteria and collaborate with, you know, and Suicide Squad having that out there humor that is perfect for our brand. Because like if you look at our brand, you know, on our Instagram too, it's like our humor is like a little bit more out there. And, you know, the Millennial
Yeah.
brand is a little bit more, you know, something that is for young Latinos, not for like your grandma that might have a heart attack, you
Right.
know? So I think partnering with someone who has that humor that matches so well with us was really important. I think Suicide Squad was like a great fit for that.
I 100% agree with you. It definitely will not work with some of that older generation who still calls like a PlayStation a Nintendo
Exactly.
and things.
El ni entiendo
Yeah.
is what my dad called it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun to play. I'm actually looking forward to picking up your Millennial Loteria with some of the expansions. Some of those cards are hilarious. So, speaking on Suicide Squad, have you had a chance to watch the movie? What are your thoughts? Give us the rundown.
I felt really lucky because I got to watch it way before a lot of people got to watch it. Because when developing the set, I really needed to know what the
Hmm.
characters' motivations were, what were their traits, you know, because it's not like you could just read a comic book. Some of these interpretations that James Gunn has brought, it really does stem from, you know, a lot of things from his mind and all these different twists that he gives to certain characters and the things that he focuses on that give them that humanity as well as the derangedness that they have.
Hmm.
To me, I think that was something that I really appreciated in the movie. I thought it was hilarious. Again, like I think the humor matched perfectly. And I also, you know, I think just that the fact that they took these characters that for a lot of people they didn't know about, or maybe they're like, you know, just a character that they aren't familiar with for, you know, maybe many Latinos. I think that this movie does a great way of showcasing them, and even like
Hmm.
your characters that you're like, oh man, I love that character, but it's called like the Suicide Squad, so like a lot of them don't make it, and so there's those characters that
Yeah.
you're like, oh, like, you know, you're so passionate about. But I think that's what made the movie so fun. And you know, when developing this game for Loteria, the little tokens that you put, you know, when you play Loteria normal,
Hmm.
you put little beans on it. But for
Right.
this Loteria, we did little bullet shell casings.
Oh
So you're
wow.
little like, yeah, so you're putting like the little bullet shells on the characters. And I think one of the things I want to do with this set is one day watch the movie, have the set, and then start like putting little bullet shells on the characters that die off and play Loteria that way to see who wins. I think it would be really fun. So I can't wait for it to premiere on HBO Max and then go and like and do that at home with my friends.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the whole thing together. What is your favorite card in the set, if you have one?
My favorite card, you know, I like the weird cards because we don't get to draw that as normally in our regular Loteria. And so whether it's El Rey, which is King Shark,
That's
which
a good
has
one.
like the dad bod, is just like such a fun thing to like draw, you know. And then also Weasel, El Sinvergüenza. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
it's so, I mean, it's like the detail, and when you see him in real life, I don't think you can see it through Zoom, but the detail, you know, that was put into all the little hairs of Weasel was a lot, and it was kind of crazy because it's something that our, you know, our art directors, our brand, we've never done before, and so getting to do this was a, you know, a challenge, I think, for us to bring to life really these characters that have so many iconic little things. Like, okay, we got to draw a shark now with a dad bod.
Mhm.
Let's figure this out.
And then, yeah, that you have to, yeah, they're so different, so unique. Yeah, I had not seen the Weasel card yet, so that actually looks
This one, La
phenomenal.
Estrella,
Oh, that
Starro.
one looks really cool.
Yeah. So those are the ones, and this is the set here. So yeah, you know, it was so fun to do because it's just all the little details, you know, like the little tagline, "They're dying to play." Millennial City, I thought was really fun. So it was a good partnership that really brought something really creative and something that I'm really proud of.
Very very awesome. I cannot
I
wait to
wish
get my hands on it.
I wish it was for sale. It's like definitely a collector's item for people. So if you get it and you manage to win it, get your hands on it, I would save it and treasure it, because it is one of those things that I'm sure will be some sort of collector's item at some point.
Oh, absolutely. So how would people be able to get their hands on it?
So
What's the
we will
deal?
be giving, yeah, so there's different fan events that will be happening. It will be as prizes at different screenings that are going on for big Suicide Squad fans. And also, if you follow us on @Millennial Loteria, we will be giving, we will be showing how to win one of these sets on the movie's premiere date, and we will be giving out some on Instagram, TikTok, and Instagram and TikTok as well. So if you follow @Millennial Loteria, you'll be able to find out how to win one of these exclusive limited edition Suicide Squad sets.
Wow, exclusive. That's exciting. I gotta figure out a way to get one then. I can't let you go without asking, because me, as also a millennial, as a Latino, we rarely see ourselves sometimes in these worlds of the DC and the superheroes. My question to you is: are you excited at some of the future projects coming up where we're gonna see people like Sasha Calle as Supergirl, Leslie Grace as Batgirl, and maybe it's in talks as Solo Maridueña as Jaime Reyes, and really get to start showcasing our people more on the big screen with these other phenomenal characters.
Let me tell you, I heard about that news this morning about the talks with Cholo, and I was super excited because he's great in Cobra Kai.
Yes.
So for me, this to me is like a little test to see like how Latinos react to like this loteria with like suicide, which I think is going to be great because it's something that I've always wanted. And so for me, I would love to one day be able to do, just play with the entire DC universe and be able to do a loteria with all these DC characters and include más Latinos, include those characters, include, as much as I could. So if I could do a whole full set for the DCU, that would be a dream come true. So who knows, maybe in the future, and maybe if this does really well, that's something that can happen. But at this point, I'm very happy with Suicide Squad, but I would love to be able to play in this entire world of DC, because it's so huge, so vast. And I think so many Latinos would love to see themselves represented that way. The fact that we could do like Sol Soria in this Loteria and Sol La Valiente was really, really fun and exciting for us.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with everything you said.
Imagine like
Michael,
Batman así like como el borracho, like in the little pose, like swinging through. I would love to do that.
that would be good. That's I have to, before I let you go, I just have to comment. I love your creativity on your cards and now what you're doing with Suicide Squad. And yeah, I would definitely look forward to you doing more of that in the future.
Thank you very much. I'm super excited, and I'm super happy to talk to you guys. Can't wait to read it.
Absolutely, Mike. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And congratulations on your collaboration with DC and Suicide Squad, and on the phenomenal set.
Thank you very much.
Okay, take care.